So welcome to Conf. Woo! Yeah. Awesome. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to set the scene a little bit for the event, like what today is about, what Conf is about. And for that, I need to introduce Ezra. He's Ezra Mika, and it is 1850, which was slightly in his younger days. And he was on his way out west to stake his claim in the original Californian gold rush. Until one night, when he is camped in this narrow valley with two hills on the side. And he wakes to find himself in the middle of a buffalo stampede. So in his words, in the darkness of the night, a roar like an approaching storm. We could first see the form of the foremost leaders, and then suddenly such dense masses thundering past. It's a story from the life of a pioneer, from pioneering times, and these are pioneering times again. This job, this art, this craft that we love, software engineering, is turning into something else. Instead of writing code, we're writing markdown files. And so we've gone from writing code to writing markdown documents, developing prompt workflows, right? We have one agent writing the code, we have another one reviewing it. And the tools that we're using to do this stuff, they're developing their own workflows. So the stuff that we're doing, where we're now suddenly pasting markdown around, running different agents so that we can keep the context window pristine so that the LLMs do their best work, well, that's what the agents are now doing too. So they're writing prompts and spawning sub-agents. And those sub-agents are getting specialized. They're developing skills, superpowers. And there's teams all across this city, not just developing workflows, developing agents and agentic products, and systems for developers to build agents and agentic products, but building systems for those agents to build their own systems for building agentic products, to meta-learning frameworks, so that agents are getting better at learning how to get better at building systems to spawn agents to do the work. And so, if you come back to software engineering, what started as this kind of Zen-like space between you and your text editor, Sherlock's memory palace, this like landscape of clarity and distinction, a landscape that was designed and sculpted by the people in this room. We have the designers and the builders and the inventors of apps like Figma, Linear, Notion, technologies like conflict-free data types, incremental view maintenance, differential data flow, principles and manifestos like stateless systems, the 12-factor app, user empowerment, local first software, protocols like GraphQL, the declarative data bindings, abstracting state transfer out of application code into sync engines like Electric and PowerSync, reactive programming, reactive databases, systems like Convex and Jazz, instant writes, transactional optimistic mutations, live queries in the client, query-driven sync. This is software engineering refined and optimized, but then suddenly overtaken by this roar of an approaching storm as a stampede of agentic buffalo just come running through. It's like so much for clarity and detail orientation. It's the sheer mental overload of this stuff going on that we're just living through. But as software engineers, we are fortunate. We see the form of the foremost leaders. These use cases, which are coding and research, these are the first use cases, and we are using them to build the agentic systems that are then going to transform the dense masses of the rest of the economy. We can see what's coming, and it's our job to somehow ride this stampede. We need to tame it, bring it back down to earth. Because when you do that, what is agentic software? It's more users. It's a step change in the number of users, actors, processes, agents writing data at the same time. And for that, we need this craft that you invented and pioneered. You crazy blue people. We need sync to keep the humans and the agents in the loop. We need reactivity to drive the workflows. We need local data to scale out and speed up inference. And we need convergence to bring it back together so it's not just some giant merge conflict in the sky. And for that, we need the principles and the technologies that you designed for the last generation of software, but that is 10 times, 100 times more important for this next generation of agentic software. And that is what today is about. It's about where this goes next. These are pioneering times again. Agentic software is the biggest shift, it's the biggest opportunity since Ezra Meeker circled the wagons round and rode out the buffalo stampede. And this technology, sync, that you've invented and pioneered is one of the keys to making agentic work. And so today is about us figuring out where we go with that. Thank you.